everybody. Happy Saturday. Whew. Welcome to Talk O'Clock. It's actually Tuesday today, and I'm starting the week off, besides coloring, but I'm going to show that to you later. I'm starting the week off with what I think to be is a very cute project. So it's not enough to have it on an art day or anything. So I thought, well, I'd share it here with you. So I think we mentioned already. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just gonna go from the start. So by the way, sorry for background noise, but we've got construction outside of our house. So if there's any weird noises, I can't do anything about it. But I think we mentioned before that Jan is a student to be a elementary school teacher. So he is currently teaching kids that, like besides university, he teaches kids that don't have German as their first language, like their mother tongue, and that do have a little bit of trouble and struggles when it comes to keeping up with lessons in elementary school, because, well, there's just different reasons why they are learning a little slower or they need a little extra help. So he's one of those teachers who teaches them 90 minutes a week. And he chooses like different topics and games and like exercises that they gotta do to help them, improve. And he has 7 kids in his group that are, I think, around 8 or 9 years old. And for tomorrow, I'm actually gonna help him prepare for his lesson. So he took one part, a spreadsheet, a worksheet that has a text on it and then has a few little tasks below it that they gotta do. And then he thought about, okay, what am I gonna do afterwards? He promised them last week they're gonna play a game. So we were brainstorming on what kind of game he could play with them. And I came up with the idea of having to reach into a box or a bag and trying to feel something that is to do with the Advent, because the theme for tomorrow's lesson is Christmas season and Advent calendar things. So what is Advent? And I told him, wouldn't it be cool if there were certain items that all revolve around Christmas time or Christmas season here, and they gotta reach into a box or a bag and gotta feel it, and if they get it right, they maybe can try to explain what it does or what it is, and what it means in the Christmas season. And if they don't know, you can teach them. You can teach them where it comes from, blah, blah, blah. And the one who gets the most wins, something like that. He liked that idea, so I said, you are off to university now, and I'm going around the house compiling a couple of things and looking for a box that you can take him in. We know we gotta buy a few things, like a tangerine, some peanuts maybe, or walnuts, then an apple. We're gonna buy an apple. We gotta go food shopping tomorrow morning anyways, so that's easy for us. And maybe some twigs of a spruce, like Christmas tree-ish, So we gotta buy a few things, but I have many things around the house, and I'm going to prepare the box now. So I have this lovely big wooden box. My camera has to focus. This is the front, so it's really pretty. It's big. They can rummage in there. And I'm going to put the frontal camera aside now, because this is a little tricky. Let me get the lights out of the way. Don't want to destroy anything. So I do have all my napkins in here. I store them in here for when I need them for crafting. And I think I have quite a couple of Christmas napkins that I could use to, well, fill the box a little bit maybe. Oh, that looks good. I do have a couple of these blue ones. I could use those so that nothing breaks and is too shaky when he drives up to the school. And then I don't need as many napkins, so I can very easily use them for Jörn to be able to transport the whole thingamajig. There's so many in here. Gosh, I have so many Christmas napkins. Boy. Got these with the angels. Yeah, I think that's enough for now. I think that's plenty. So what I'm gonna do is get those other napkins out of the way. When he brings home the box tomorrow, I can put him back in here. So what I want to do, let's start with throwing down a napkin. That's always a good thing. So maybe something like just crunching them up. Have a little bit of a buffer. And then he can have them on a desk or on his lap or whatever, and the kids stand next to him, the eyes closed, and then they reach into the box. The others can't look either. And if the item is guessed correctly, it gets it goes out of the box. If not, they gotta put it back, something like that. He will manage. He's pretty good at that. But I liked the idea, and I think it engages the kids even more. And attention span wise, it might be a little difficult for the kiddos to keep concentrating for 90 minutes. And I think it's just a different kind of well, attention they pay if it is a game, so that they're playing. So this is pretty much the treat for being nice and trying to learn and trying to participate and not doing any naughty things like not listening to their teacher. I think he can engage them into learning like that. So it's probably gonna take a little longer. Let's see how I can cut things here, because I don't want this to be 40 minutes long. And it's only Tuesday. I don't know what the rest of the week holds. Oh well. There we go. Got a little bit of cushion here. The first thing I want to put in is a book. This is actually a very old kids' Christmas book. There's poems in here, there's games, there's things they can craft in here. Maybe he can choose something for next week to do with them out of that book. There's stories in here, there's songs in here. He can, and Christmas stories I think are very important for Christmas time. So let's see, let's have a little more cushion around maybe. And then there's gonna be some smaller items. Oh, we're gonna manage somehow. So another thing that I'm going to put in is a big candle. So for the Advent wreath kind of a thing, not for the tree or pyramids or anything. So a big candle goes in. I need another napkin. Come to mama. And then there's something going in like small pyramid candle or candle for a Christmas tree. And then there's dried oranges that will go in. So he can teach him about fruits, how they are dried, and we also will have fresh tangerines or oranges in there as well. Same goes for an apple, same goes for a lemon. Then I did take down one part of my Christmas decoration from the kitchen, a star, because I think that belongs to Christmas season too. Then a stick of cinnamon and a little bit of anise, because this is just spices that go with Christmas time. Then I got a little bit of a tree bark for a Christmas tree maybe, or just wooden toys or crafting. It can symbolize so much. He can do something with that. And I need another napkin. And then a cookie cutter, because Christmas cookies. And another napkin just to cushion the whole things here. And then there is this little thing that that's actually frankincense, and we have that very traditionally here in Germany for what is called a Räuchermännchen. And last but not least, a little ornament for a Christmas tree or some kind of branches. Then I did take 7 small cards with envelopes. They're not prepared yet. I'm gonna do that with him later. What I thought would be nice is have an envelope with the name stamped on the front for all of the 7 kids. And then have a message written inside the card. And when somebody pulls out that card, they have to read the name and read the card to the person it is addressed to. And that person then can take it home. So we have to come up maybe with something that we could write, maybe some little notes. I have to get some insight from him, but that would be the box for now. There would be a little tree branch, like a spruce maybe, and apple, nuts, and a tangerine. And that would be a full box of things around Advent, and I think that would be a nice way to learn. So that is prepared. Gonna put it to the side. Yeah, coughing of course too, because it's flu season and it's a little chilly outside, and yeah, I'm getting a little sick. But well, I'm still holding up. So yeah, that was that. I just wanted to show you and get your idea if that is something cool. Would that have been something that you have liked as a kid in school, to have your lessons be like that once every so often, not all the time, because it has to be something special, but excuse me, I'm just wondering if that is actually a cool idea or not. We'll see tomorrow how it went, and maybe I can update you in the same vlog if I remember. We'll see. But I'm gonna do some coloring now And then we have to start cleaning the house because we didn't do that over the weekend because Jon was sick. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna see you on the next clip. It's Friday. It's laundry day. That's what the background noise is. And I just wanted to close out the vlog. So last time I saw you, I was preparing the box for Jon's lesson with the kids in school. And let me tell you, he came home Wednesday afternoon and he was elated. The kids really loved the box. They were very curious about it. He didn't tell anything to them of what this is about until they had their worksheets completed. And I saw the worksheets and they worked very meticulously. They did their best. It was awesome. And they were asking all the time, what's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? So once they were able to feel and discover and guess what items were in the box, it worked as planned. So he did go with, okay, you got to close your eyes and you got to feel. So what is that? And how does it work? And how does it relate to Christmas time? They were really working well with him. The kids loved it. They loved the idea with the envelopes. What we did, and I didn't catch it on camera, we stamped the names of the kids on the envelopes. Inside the card, Jon did write down a wish for them for next year. So it's kind of like a secret Santa that we did, but with a wish. And they also had a tiny little card in their own card that had a name of one of the other kids on it. And they have to write down a wish for that particular kid for next week. So it's kind of like homework, but also thinking about, okay, what does this person in my group mean to me? What do I wish for them? How do I write it down? How do I use grammar and spelling and all of that? So it was just multi-layered, and they were really having fun with that. They loved their wishes. We got kind of universal ones written down, but also funny ones at the same time. So they were sincere, they were kind of universal, and they were funny all at once. So once we had spent Tuesday afternoon doing that, and it was a success, I have to say. So for next week, we are already working on a project. This time it's gonna be more of like physics or chemistry, relating to if you put a candle in the glass and you screw the lid on top, what will happen? Why does the candle go out? All of that stuff when it comes to airflow and things needing to have oxygen to live. That sort of direction, we're already brainstorming about that. Also relating to light, with light and dark, shadows, how colors and things behave, how they cast a shadow, things like that. So that's what's going to be on the lesson, on the topic for next week. But I was really happy that all the work really paid off, that the kids were engaged. They asked a lot of questions, especially how does the tangerine become a dried, very hard tangerine, things like that. And with the book, there was quite some old German language in there, which we don't necessarily use anymore. We used it in the 90s, 80s and 90s still. It was a modern book, that was a couple of years ago. But language just really evolves, and he used exactly that, not having read anything from the book before. he used that to explain how language always is alive and how it evolves and stuff like that. So he was really, really happy. I was very happy that he had a good lesson, and then that the kids were very curious and engaged and liked the idea and all that stuff. So in that regard, it was a really good week. I did struggle a little bit with the coloring. I didn't always color on a particular day because some days were just crazy with appointments and taking care of things, but I did my coloring, and here's what I produced.
Talk about forever, talk about the weather, to know any better. I just want to laugh until I can't breathe. Midnight moonlight dancing, never get enough sleep. Oh, the whole night through. And we could count the distant tumbling stars from the roof of our cars, letting go of our hearts. Close your eyes, pretend that it's your first kiss. Darling, can you feel it? Oh, so ignorant bliss. Oh, the whole night through. 'Cause we don't wanna grow up. We just wanna be young. Play and make believe, come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream. We don't wanna grow up. We just wanna have fun. Wild and free, baby, we could dream farther than our eyes have ever seen. I don't wanna grow up. Baby, could we misbehave a bit more? Never know what's in store when we're rowdy and bored. Honey, can we catch some floating fireflies? Let 'em light our way tonight through the Neverland skies. Oh, the whole night through. 'Cause we don't wanna grow up. We just wanna be young. Play and make believe, come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream. We don't wanna grow up. We just wanna have fun. Wild and free, baby, we could dream farther than our eyes have ever seen. I don't wanna grow up.
managed to put up our Christmas decorations. Now, they're all my Christmas decorations. Jörn didn't bring any with him. And mine are very traditional. I am a person that is very traditional when it comes to Christmas anyways. I do like the traditional wood, red, cream, gold, green, kind of a color spectrum, but still I like a couple of modern things, and I'm quite nerdy, so once I pan over my table decorations, you see the nerdy side of me. But then the Christmas tree and the pyramid and all of that, I inherited that, or I had it gifted to me as a very young child. Well over 30 years old. They moved with me so many times and they still hold up. And we just enjoyed Christmas flavors, like smells and lights and such in our house. We mainly decorated in the kitchen because that is our room where we come together. We use the living room way more for podcasting, or when the kids are here, it's their play area. And well, it's part of my work area, but we sit down and relax and game. All the social things, you would say, like classic social things, we do that in the kitchen. So we decided, or I decided, to decorate a lot in the kitchen because this is where we spend the most time. I do have a little bit of decoration in my room as well. So the mushroom, Mr. Mushroom, is standing right next to me, and he's gonna get fired up with some frankincense. I think on Sunday I'm gonna get him started. That guy that I showed you in the kitchen, it's very old, handmade by a work colleague of my dad's back in the day. I think I was 4 or 5, so it's well over 30 years ago. That one we did already fire up with some frankincense. It's just home, it's comfort, it's coziness, just that smell, and it brings back so many childhood memories for me. So yeah, I also got out all of my Christmas DVDs. We're gonna start Sunday when Jörn is home, after he brought back the kids, like back to their mom. We are going to open our advent calendar. There's going to be a lot of footage of that in the next upcoming vlogs. We're going to watch the Muppets Christmas Carol, and we are going to have some very, very traditional, handmade Dresdner Stollen, which is kind of a sweet, almost like it's not a cake maybe, but not really a cake. It's a mixture of a bread and a cake. Very traditional food for Eastern Germany, so where I'm from. So I ordered one of a very specific bakery over there that does the very traditional baking kind of thing. Ordered it, it got delivered. We're gonna have it on Sunday, a few tangerines and a few nuts, and this is how we start Christmas season. Very quiet, slightly nerdy, but also just fun and cozy and lovely. So I also put out some of my Christmas books already. I looked through my bookshelves. There's some for the kids that we're gonna read to them come bedtime. And then there's some just for the adults that Björn will read to me, or I will read to him every evening before we, well, wind down going to bed. It's just like just like a story we read to each other. I mean, we read books together anyways. He's reading a chapter to me, I'm reading a chapter to him. That's how we go through certain books that we're both interested in. But yeah, we're going to do that now for Christmas time, and it's a lovely tradition. I think it's very, very zen-like. You just automatically calm down when you read to somebody or somebody reads to you. I feel the same way, a little differently, but the same way when it comes to listening to audiobooks. But there's just that tiny little difference when somebody reads to you in person. So we sit in our chairs then, or he sits at my bed, I sit at his bed, whatever, when we read to each other for the chapters of the book. And we're gonna do that for the Christmas stories as well, because why not? So we're looking forward to Christmas season. We both love it a lot, and we can't wait for the day after tomorrow, which is Sunday, where Christmas season starts. So we can wear our ugly sweaters then. You will probably see them in the vlog very soon. So yeah, that's what I did with the Christmas thing. It took me quite a while to set up everything, get everything decorated. I think it was like 5 or 4 hours. It doesn't look like much, but it just takes time, you know, and I'm taking my time. I'm not the fastest with decorating, but I enjoyed it a lot. We also had a couple of doctor's appointments this week, so I didn't really do too much when it came to spending time with art and work. Yes, I did color, but anything else, I didn't do anything this week. I'm planning for Sunday to have some time to record a Beyond the Lines video and hopefully also an art day video. And that transitions me very smartly into information for you when it comes to scheduling videos and what's gonna change. If you've been with me for a while, you know that come end of the year, I like to review my year and like to plan out what I want to do with the channel and what I want to maybe change up, all of that. Now it's December. It's always a very busy time for people, and that also includes Jörn and I. So what is going to happen for Durchschnittscool? There is one more episode that we already have in the can, and it's edited, scheduled, all of that. That will air in 2 weeks, and then Durchschnittscool will be on vacation until the very beginning of February. It will come back, don't worry. We just need a little time to spend on our own. We have lots of appointments and stuff we gotta take care of, so we cannot record. For example, we do have the kids Christmas day, second Christmas day until the new year, so we cannot do any video work there. Before that, we got a lot of doctor's appointments, things we just gotta take care of that also take a lot of energy out of us and just take time. So we don't really have time to record Durchschnittskool. So we're going to put it on vacation in the month of January and the second half of December. The same goes for Keep Dancing. It will come back, don't worry. But I'm at this point where I might not have a video every month, but whenever I have something to say. I do have one more video in mind, but I wasn't able to film it until today, because actually it would have been scheduled today. I'm trying to put that in for December, but I'm not gonna promise anything. It very heavily depends on what goes on here the next couple of weeks with certain public offices, authorities, health insurances, and doctor's appointments, and I cannot predict. So after the next episode of Keep Dancing, I will just maybe have shorter episodes and have them maybe not as scheduled, like last Friday of the month. No. I think I just, for the peace of my mind and for somewhat quality content I put out, I have to switch up to that new kind of recording videos for that show. Art Day and Beyond the Lines stay the same, as does Talk O'Clock, so I'm not going to take any vacation there, or I'm not planning to. If I realize like mid-December that I have to, I will have to adjust, and I will tell you, of course, but as of now, those shows just stay the same with their schedule. Now the last show, very important, is Board Game Island, and on Sunday the next episode will be released, and there's going to be a change come January. So before, or right now, I have one episode a month, and we're going to record bi-weekly and have a bi-weekly Sunday Board Game Island video for you. So that will gear up, and Durchschnittskool will take a break and then wind down to once a month, because we can only handle so much, and the requests are a little more for Board Game Island. So I'm just going to comply and, well, make that switch, but that is something that will happen early next year. Then this is what I've been thinking about and planning, and and how can I record this, and all of that. That's been happening last week and this week pretty much, so I did some prep work. Now I'm gonna hang up the laundry because the machine beeped and said, I'm done, give me more dirty laundry. And in I don't know how many hours, in 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe, the kids will be here and we will enjoy a weekend with them. Jan's dad is gonna come around with his girlfriend, so we're just gonna have a family day tomorrow, and we're just gonna enjoy ourselves. So we're gonna see you. I'm gonna see you next week. If you have comments, questions, comment section below. It's all yours. Feel free. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and the bell button if you want to be notified whenever I release a new video. So take care, have fun. I'm hoping you have a great weekend, and happy first Advent to everybody. Ho ho ho.